In this video, I'm going to show you must-have Google Forms add-ons for making quizzes. I'll show you add-ons that allow you to add different types of limitations to your quizzes, as well as do things like add math language and send automated certificates to students after they've completed a quiz. If you use Google Forms to make quizzes for your students, you'll definitely want to have these add-ons installed. My name is Sam Carey, and this is my YouTube channel for the New EdTech Classroom. All right, so to get these add-ons, I'm first going to go here to Google Forms. After I've opened up a form, I'll go to the three-dot menu on the top right-hand side of the screen. And then I'll scroll down to add-ons. That will take you over to the G Suite Marketplace, where you'll specifically see add-ons that are compatible with Google Forms. There are definitely lots of interesting Forms add-ons you should check out. And in this video, I'm just going to focus on ones that add extra functionality when we're building quizzes for students. So the first one that I'm going to get is called Form Limiter. And Form Limiter is going to allow me to limit the amount of time that a quiz is available for students. This is different than creating a timed quiz, and I'll show you what I mean in just a second. And then since this is the first one, I'll walk you through the whole process of installing an add-on on Google Forms and then skip that for the rest of the add-ons. So what I'll do here is click on Form Limiter. That will take you over to a screen that gives you some information that you might want to check out about each of the add-ons. For example, you can scroll below and see different reviews to check out what other people have said about it. Then when you're ready to install it, you'll click that blue Install button. Then you'll click Continue and then sign in with your Gmail account. Then you'll see this pop up asking for permission to access parts of your Google account, and to proceed forward, you need to click Allow. After installing an add-on, a pop-up box will show up that sometimes gives you additional information about how to use it, or in this case, just tells us where we can find it when we need to access it. Now, in order to actually open up an add-on, you'll need to go up to this puzzle piece and then scroll down and find the add-on that you're looking for. So here I'll select Form Limiter, and then this other box will pop up, and here I'll choose Set Limit. Once you've opened an add-on, it's going to show up as a small box on the bottom right-hand side of the screen. So again, this add-on is going to allow you to add different limitations to your form. So to start, I'll go here to the drop-down menu under Limit Type. And you'll see here that you have two different options. You can either set a limit for the date and time for when your quiz is open and available to take, or you can set a limit for the number of responses. For a quiz, it makes the most sense to set a limit for the date and time. So selecting that option is going to allow you to set a due date for your quiz. So here I'll start by choosing a calendar date, and then after I've chosen a date, I'll choose the time when I want that quiz to close. So for example, I could set up my quiz to close at 3 p.m. on September 29th. And then below, you'll also see that there's a place where you can add a custom message that will show up if a student tries to take the quiz, but the quiz is no longer available. Then to enable that limit, you just need to click on the blue Save and Enable button, and that will automatically close the quiz that you just set up at your chosen date and time. The next Forms add-on for making a quiz is called Certify-em. Certify-em is an add-on that will auto-generate a certificate of completion that will be sent to students based on whatever parameters you set up for a quiz. So for example, if you wanted to create a certificate only for students that got 80% or above on a Google Forms quiz, you could do that. Okay, so I'll go ahead and install this add-on. And then in order to access it, I again need to go up to that puzzle piece. And now I'll select Certify-em. You'll see that that will pop up a box on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. And here you'll want to click Continue. So here you'll see that you can first set a percentage that a student would need to receive on a quiz in order to get a certificate. So I'll go ahead and choose 90% as a passing score, just as an example here. And then below, you'll also see that there are different types of templates that you can send out. So here, for example, I'll change it to the thumbs up template. So to show you how this works, let's hop over quickly here to the student view. So the student would answer the questions on the Google Forms quiz here and then submit their responses. And since I set the percentage at 90%, if the student gets a 90% or above on the quiz, which this student did, then they can go over to their email and they'll see that they've received a certificate from Certifyem. So here, when a student opens up their email, they'll see that they have a certificate with their name on it, as well as the date they took the exam, the name of the exam, and the final score that they got on it. The next Forms add-on is Hypatia. Hypatia is an add-on specifically for math teachers that will allow you to create a Forms quiz using math language. So I'll install it quickly here, and then once I have it installed, go back up to that puzzle piece and find Hypatia in order to open it up. Immediately after opening it, you'll see that it pops up a math editing window in the middle of your screen. And here you'll be able to build an accurate mathematical equation. So for example, you can do things like add exponents, and then there's also lots of advanced math that you can add as well. Now, the way this works is that after you're done building your equation, you need to click Create Link, and that's going to generate an image URL that you can copy and paste into your form. Then I'll go back to the form, and in the question box, I'll choose to insert an image. And here I'll go over to the By URL tab and then copy and paste that link in. There you'll see that the image you just created shows up as a question, and then you'd be able to either manually enter numbers as answer responses, or if you needed to create new equations and add those as answer responses instead, you could do that as well. So I'll go ahead and open up the Hypatia mini editor here, which is really mostly the same as the other math editor. And then I'll go ahead and create an equation, create the link for that equation, and then add it back as an answer choice. All right, the last Forms extension that I'm going to show you for making quizzes is called Quillgo. Quillgo is going to allow you to create a timed quiz for students. So whereas Form Limiter closed a quiz at a particular date and time, Quillgo will set a quiz up so that students only have a particular amount of time to take a quiz that you give them. After you've installed the Quillgo add-on, you'll see that you do need to complete some additional steps in order to get started. So to do that, here I'll click Complete Additional Setup Now. And then for this add-on, you'll need to go through a process of setting up an account. After you've set up that account, you'll see that the first thing you need to do is copy and paste a secure token back into Google Forms. You basically need to do this in order for the form to communicate with that account that you just set up. So here I'll click Copy, and then back on Google Forms, I'll return to the puzzle piece and then scroll down to Quillgo. I'll click Configure, and then you'll see that a box will pop up, and there's where I'm going to need to copy and paste the secure token that I just got. So I'll paste that in and then click Connect. Then in order to get started, you'll need to click Enable Quillgo on this form. After you've done that, you'll need to return to the Quillgo website. Then on the dashboard, click the blue Create Test button. Then a box will pop up so you can customize the time limit for this particular quiz. The first thing you'll need to do here is enter the email addresses for the students who you want to be able to take the quiz. Then below, under time duration, you'll enter a number of minutes for the amount of time that you want the quiz to be open. And if you want, you can also select this box that will allow students to see their result on the quiz after they finish taking it. Then once you're ready, click the blue Create button. Here you'll see after you've created the quiz that it will generate a link that you can copy and then share directly with your students. So I'll go ahead and copy this link here. And now I'll go over to a student browser and paste that link in. Here the student can see the title of the quiz, as well as the amount of time that they have to take it. And once they're ready, they can click Open the Form. And now you'll see that there's a running timer at the top of their Google Forms quiz. And once that timer runs down, they'll no longer be able to continue working on that quiz. After a student takes the quiz and submits it, you can go back over to Quillgo, and there you'll be able to see on your end exactly when the student took the quiz, as well as the exact amount of time that it took them to take it. I hope you found these tips about must-have Google Forms add-ons for making quizzes helpful. If you have any questions about the add-ons I showed or suggestions about other Forms add-ons that you like when making quizzes for students, please put those in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching my video to the end. If you found the tips that I shared helpful, please share it with other teachers that you know, hit the like button, and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any of my weekly updates. You can also check out some of the other tutorials I have on my channel by clicking on one of those 2 videos above. And if you're interested in downloading any of the resources that I've created and show on my videos, please visit my website at www.newedtechclassroom.com. Lastly, if you want to check me out on social media, my Twitter handle, Facebook page, and Pinterest account are all in the description below. Thanks so much and have a great week.